Since I make a video about toxic positivity, might as well I help you to retune your mental capacity to be able to look at things from optimistic way. How about that? I don't know where to start because it is what it is. It's like if you stay positive, you're in high vibrational frequency. When you're in high vibrational frequency is when you can manifest easily. You can attract things to you easily. Whatever you wish, you get it. But if you stay negative, you held yourself back from growth. You held yourself back from expanding because when you stay negative, you reject everything. You know what I'm saying? Do you get it? Are we going somewhere? Yes. However, when you stay positive, you don't have to reject reality too. Okay? In order to be positive, you can own your reality. You can admit it. That shit just happened to me. I just get trolled by someone. I just get scammed. Yeah, you can admit all that. I just get rejected. Yeah, you can admit all that and still stay positive because rejection is redirection. Oh my god, this is all sentences that I use. There's silver lining behind everything. Things happen for a good reason. Also, some things like I said just now, rejection is the redirection. And actually, a real friend had laughed at me, didn't take me seriously when I said those kind of sentences because she's like, you're toxic positivity. Apparently, my way of thinking are the substance that drive me to my expansion. How? Okay, first, let's realize I can get when you refuse to own the reality of what exactly happened to you, that only lead to confusion. When you're in confusion, you manifest confusion too. It's like you stay stuck in a situation that it's already so obvious that the situation don't want you, but you refuse to look at it that way and you stay there. And that's a self-sabotage too. And that is negative. That is refusing to expand. That is lower vibrational frequency. That's negativity. That's toxic positivity. Okay, you just mistaken it as positivity when you're just being delusional. Okay, but coming back to how my way of thinking helps me expand. I mentioned in a video, things happen for a reason, and in my opinion, it happened for a good reason because it's trying to push you to get somewhere. I came across this one video. So one time I came across a Heartbreak High fan video. That post is so dramatic. She went to conclude that Rowan tried to kill Queenie when Queenie got bitten by a snake in the wild. So basically I told her, you have to admit it that things have to happen to lead to somewhere. Be grateful Rowan stole her phone. He kept Queenie's phone in his backpack in that wilderness, and Queenie was wandering around in the wilderness and she heard her ringtone, or it was like she heard her alarm, and then she went to look for it and she got bitten by the snake. And that's how the story evolved. That's basically the natural cycle of one thing happened led to another. You know what I'm saying? Do you get what I mean? Do you catch my grip now? So whatever happened for a reason, and look at it like it happened for your good. If you look at things and perceive it as negative thing happen to you because God is punishing you, well, how about look at it for yourself? You did that mistake and it has to happen to open your eyes about what kind of mistake you've done, and from there find solution and progress. The next instance I'm gonna give to you is brutal, but I'm gonna keep it real, okay? The war happening at this moment, especially the Palestine and Israel, which is not even war, the appetite happening at this moment. Although from their point of view, from Palestinian point of view, they have always bad things happening to them. It's been happening for 70 years, longer, no peace, killing, horrible things happening to them, right? But if you look at it at another perspective, it happened to open world eyes about something that's been going on. Some positive things that I've noticed from it is it brings people together over the globe. Like, people on TikTok start talking about it, and then from there, from Palestinian issue, it led to other people who raise another problems happening, like same thing but different, like Congo, whatever is happening in Congo, and human trafficking happening at other places as well. And then from there, it leads you to learn more about, like, oh my god, actually world is not that safe as you thought it was. Like, discrimination, appetite is still happening at places. Like, all these things still happening. Like, it opens your eyes in a certain way, and it definitely affecting every individual that encounter with this kind of context. But really up to you how you look at it and how it affect you, because every individual, how we look at things are so different individually, because it is affected by our surrounding, it's affected by the traumas of our families, it's affected by everything. Like, individually, you look at things differently, and that's how whatever happening to you, it affecting individually differently. So you choose, it's a free will, you choose if you want to look at it positively or negatively. Like death has to happen. When that happens, the family that is affected, people around them that is affected by the death, it opened their eyes about something, but it's going to affect individually differently. If I'm to be nosy and brutal again, so in my neighborhood, most of the husbands already passed away. So the only husband left, like the OG in this neighborhood, because it's just a small neighborhood, right? And the only left is my dad, is my father. Okay, so actually, if we look at it positive way, he can see that, whoa, like, people be passing away just like that. Like you should take care of yourself, you should take care of your health. Okay, like, he don't smoke anymore, but if says like a father is smoking and he look at his friends all passing away, dying, then he could like take that initiative to stop smoking and pay attention to his health more. Or also, when you look at people dying, right, and you miss out things that you never done before. And about my father's story is more to like, he spent almost his whole life shunning his potential, shunning his tendencies. Like, good way about him, like real truth. He spent almost his whole life shunning truths about himself. Like, he's so good at drawing, like his creativity side, he shunned it very much. That's why he projected onto me, like he hates seeing me doing creative things. Anyways, coming back to his story, right? What if you've been seeing people dying like just like that, like without owning your truth? So might as well you start owning your truth now and start living now, start enjoying life now, because you don't have that much time left too. Like, apparently people in my neighborhood, like men in my neighborhood, died abruptly. Like, most of them died abruptly. So whatever happened, that happened, and we happened to tangle with that situation. It happened so that it want to show something to us, and then it will trigger us differently individually based on what kind of issue you have within yourself. That kind of bring in answer. That's the kind of poison that have an antidote to some things wounded within you individually. So you're gonna look at it differently, but the only good things you can do about it is take all that things that happen, take it positively, something to boost your growth, something to boost your expansion, instead of looking at it in negative way, where it inflicts fear in you, where it rejects reality to you. So it brings conclusion, it clouded your minds, it reject you, and it make you become repulsive to growth. It makes you become defensive to learning new things, learning something more. And if you don't learn more, you stay ignorant. When you're ignorant, you don't grow, you stay stuck. Okay, I will give you example again. Last time, I have a group of friends. Like, you know how people typically they don't want to be direct with you. They don't want to let you know that you're weird. You're weird. Well, some would do that. Some would actually bully you and tell you that you're weird. Okay, but some, like experience that I have, cliques who like group together and be like, no, she's a bit weird, but let's just do passive aggressive things with her. And then when that happened to me, well, if I look at it from reality check, it makes me feel sad because wow, y'all don't even try to understand me. Y'all don't even try to be supportive with my weird approach to life. Instead, you choose to become passive aggressive with me. When I look at it from positive way, because they make me feel weird, I acknowledge that, okay, of course, because I'm weird. And then when I'm weird, it makes me want to go do some personality test, or maybe like go find contacts that can explain what kind of situation that I'm facing, and go figure out more about myself. You see, that's positive because they push me. They are the booster who led me to find myself, and I found myself, and I am able to own my truth now. So guess what? Any bad things, yes, it's bad. Yes, it feels like shit when it happened to you. Also, when that shit happened to you, like instead of grieve in that negativity too long, so long, forever, some people drag it forever. But no, don't do that. 5 of Cups element. Switch your perspective. Use whatever that happened to you, use that to open your eyes about something. Look at something, learn something new, boost you to grow, boost you to expand. Does it help? Like when I have to face exploitation in every encounter, like I try to work corporate, I get exploited. Not like I get exploited intentionally, but it's just the system. The capitalism system is exploiting. You know, I'm like, listen to me, okay? How about this? Yes, the company owns the building. Yes, the company, the boss, creative director who go around and pitch and get jobs in. But also the video editor are the ones who make it happen. Video editor who manifested your ideas. Okay, how about give us a proper pay? Like you make a lot of money. Sometimes it's like 30,000 for like thousands. It's like you make a lot out of one project, but you are gonna take a lot of percentage to you just because you have so much share in that company. But then you just give a small percentage to the video editor, so it's not fair at all. To me, it's not fair at all. Might as well I just do freelance. When you do freelance yourself, you have to find job on your own. You manage projects on your own. You do everything on your own, and you keep the money to yourself. Also, let me share with you more. Okay. And this is what I don't understand about business too. You know, when you, as the one who founded your business, you, of course, it's your money, right? When you invest in all the supplies or the ingredients or whatnot to make it happen, and then you take staff to work for you, and then you only pay them small percentage. But it depends on what kind of job they're doing, right? But you have to look at it this way. If it takes that person to work daily, like that whole day, invest whole day to work for you, you put it together, and they don't have time at all to make extra job for themselves because they have to work for you, and you still pay them less than monthly wage. If the amount they get paid is lower than what can afford them make a living, then it's not fair. It's not fair. So coming back to my situation, when I look at it as exploitation, right? When I work at corporate, it's because I spend thousands for my student qualification, student certification, all that shit. I go to universities, okay? Like, you're the one who hire people who graduate from university. So you have to pay me money where I can afford to pay back my student loan where I can afford to make a living at the same time. Bitch, you have to cover all that shit. So if you give me lower wage that I could like that makes me struggle, then no thanks. It's like you're the one who's like, we want to hire bachelor degree. Yeah, bitch, I come through with that certification and look how much you pay me. I don't like that shit, okay? I take 4 years course. For what? Next time, hire somebody who don't have certification. You'll get better work done. Usually people who go to, just this kind of exploitation that I go through. And the last exploitation is like I help a friend, right? It's not like a help a friend, but it's more to like this friend come through to me and be like, hey, you have these skills with you and I have these skills. Why don't we collaborate? Okay, bitch, why don't we collaborate, right? And then he start doing event. And then he start assuming that he has to gaslight me things like, I have this much of money, I have to pay so this is the percentage that I can give to you. No, I don't want that. Bye. This kind of situation helped me, opens my eyes, because it's not just him, it's also when I work in corporate, people will be like, we're friends. Your boss always wants to be friend with you when it comes to paying you money. When it comes to paying you money, they want to be friend with you. I don't want it like that. You gotta be professional, because we're on professional term here, so stay professional. I prefer that way, okay? I'm autistic. And I'm very linear when it comes to that. I don't flexible shit when it comes to this shit, okay? So when that happened to me with a friend, I decided that I can still do business with friends. But if that friend's not capable to hold it on professional term, then bye, bitch. Because I don't want no friend to come through and be like, hey, can you help me? We're friends. Can you help me with this? Fuck you, bitch. This is not charity. When it comes to my talent and skills, this is not charity. And plus, let me tell you something. Charity is done voluntarily, okay? Like when people come through and request handout from you, bitch, that's not charity. From my end, it's not charity. I get robbed. Period. From their end, they get something where I don't get no shit. That's why my friend always told me, like, it's not just him, it's actually more. And it takes me that more experience, that pain, that bitter experience to finally open my eyes to see values within myself. So when you're not confident, when you're insecure about your skills and whatnot, that's what get you to. And thanks to them, they helped me to see my values, and they helped me to be confident about. They sure helped me to assert myself as creative, as talent. Yeah? Love it. I love it. That's how it helps you grow, when you're able to look at it that way. Help you look at it this way too, okay? When you are so confident about your talent, when you're so assertive about what you are, your values, the value you hold within yourself, right? If nobody is hiring you, instead of taking as it degrading your value, it's lowering your value, no. How about you prove to yourself it's because you can do it on your own. You don't need these people. Okay? That's what I do to myself. If I don't want to work for others, then I sell some things digital. I do whatever it takes for me to make money out of my skills on my own. The realest story I've heard is a boss who live in poverty compared to his staff. Like somebody covered this in article before. I remember. Because he pay his staff. These motherfuckers just want to invest money and goyang kaki, let your staff do the work, and at the end of the day, you give them a small portion. Bitch, might as well you just sit home, do trading. Because If I caught this kind of situation, you better let me know, because I'm not going to invest my money in that kind of business. Like, I'm not gonna pay you, like, help you be rich, because what? You're not being fair to your staff. Piece of shit. Your staff spend their whole day working for you, miss out opportunity to find the other way to make money for themselves, and you give them small proportion out of all the whole money you get to keep to yourself. out, cancel. Bye. You have to be clear. You need HR in your company, in your establishment. I swear to God, because then I need to know where the money goes. I need that kind of audit. Like, you pay yourself how much you deserve, which is, as a boss, you have to cover, you take the proportion where you have to cover the rentals and whatnot, or the billings. And then, like, whatever you are you manager, you director of the company, and then, okay, some proportion for you, and also, like, what else is your position, and pay you that, and the rest give to the staff, because the staff make it happen, you stupid bitch. I'll come back to this when I own my own business, and I'll give you the transparency that you need. I run my own business. When I was doing tattoo freelance, it actually opened my eyes about how things has been run. Okay, so basically, I have to cover the rental for space. I have to cover my own gas for transportation. I have to buy the supplies, and I have to perform it on my own. I manage everything, and I get to keep the money 100%. But obviously, big percentage of it goes to the billing. But it's fair, because I love the transparency. I live for transparency, rather than people humbling me with devaluing me. Oh, here it is. It's because make it make sense. When I was under tattoo studio, it's 2%, okay? Because the other person is just apprentice. But when it's 2%, you have to make it make sense, bitch. I have to split 50-50 because it's one person. I have to cover the space, and I have to do that. But when I work with this motherfucker, which is my boss, he take 50% out of me, out of what I make every time. It's not fair, you stupid bitch. It has to be 25%. And now tattoo industry is so fucked up. You have to do a lot of job, and I have to do a lot of job. Especially his rate is higher than me, but you're taking 50% out of my low rate? No. Having low rate make me bust my ass off for what? For nothing. Because half of what I get goes to him. Goes to him paying all that rent and whatnot. Oh, I basically run the shop now. Bitch, not you. Stupid, right? So, might as well, you start your own business. It will open your eyes a bit. Well, it opened my eyes for sure. When I look at it, I'm like, damn, bro, I really just got scammed by this piece of shit. Anyways. You know, low rate, when I say low rate, it's like $50 per tattoo, and sometimes that tattoo take you 2 hours. And I have to split it to 2, so it makes me have $25 only. You know, last time I came across artist account, and he was like, it's like an open call. Like, if anyone want to display your art in my platform, then you have to fill up this form. And when I fill up this form, it's optional if you want to donate to him or not. And I chose to donate, but because our currency is different and I don't have that much money, and plus for my kind of standard in my country, $5 is 20 ringgit here. 20. You can buy so much thing with 20 ringgit here, but I don't know $5 at his place. Okay, so basically when I give him that $5, I donate, and I told him it's $5. I state in that amount $5. Although it's optional to pay or not to pay, I still feel like I have to pay because he's doing his job, because he's really stating it there, like he invests his time to make this happen, to help other artists rise, to give platform, to give exposure to all these internet artists. And I gave him $5. Well, I can act like other people and give nothing, but to me, hopefully that $5 can get him a McDonald's meal or something. Because I have to, I can't help it. I'm a person who sees everything, who notices everything. So, you know, when he take time, he don't just post your shit. He don't just post your content in his platform, but he's actually doing work to curate it. And I wasn't the only artist that he's working with. He's working with the other artists too. So he has to arrange few others. And then one artist, he asked for like 7 artworks at least. Now he has to sort things out like that. He has to curate everything out like that. Like he's investing his time to do all this planning and whatnot. So $5, you know, I was hoping at the time, like hopefully in his country, that $5 can get him like coffee for morning if he drink coffee for morning, or he can get something like worth it, like a meal, can pay him a meal. Because see, if I'm a boss, I think I will consider how you make a living. That's how my establishment gonna be. But for now, because I'm still learning about it, I decided to run my own shit on my own for now instead of hiring others, because I don't, it's big responsibility, bitch. This kind of transparency, this kind of audit is very important to assure fairness for both ends. I value that kind of things. Somebody asked me if she can be my tattoo apprentice. First of all, I don't have studio. I rent random or Airbnb. Like it's my vacation. When I do the work, it's my vacation too. I rent beautiful Airbnb so I can chill while I do your work. So it's win-win for me and my client. Anyways, basically I don't have studio, because if I have studio, yeah, you can come chill at my studio. But guess what, bitch? I told her, if you want to learn tattoo from me, might as well you pay me for a tattoo session while I do your tattoo. You learn from me, you watch me do it. Because see, so when I rent Airbnb, right, it's limited per pax. The room is limited per pax. If I have another person with me, coming with me, it's gonna be 3 person, bitch. One time during her session, okay, during her session, she invited her friend over without me knowing. She didn't tell me beforehand. When we're in the session, only she told me like, hey, I invited my friend over if you don't mind. But you already invited her, so might as well just come in. But when she come in, the host called me, the host texted me, and even knocked on my door, telling me that, hey, tells me like, you're paying for 1 pax, so you have 3 person in this room. So I'm like, I'm sorry, but they're not staying. I'm the only one who's staying. They're just gonna stay here for a while. And he's like, no, but it's already in the regulation there. Because you see, it doesn't matter if they sleep there or not, but when there's too much people in that one room, like okay, per pax, it's already counted. Like the whole hall have to be only 6 people. And if it's more than 6, it's gonna be noisy. It makes sense like that. Do you ever make sense like that? No, I didn't make sense like that at the time. So I was like trying to convince him that they're not staying, bitch. You guys are loud, basically. And the next time, I decided to always rent for 2 packs. And then if I have apprentice with me, it's gonna be 3 packs, bitch. More packs. The merrier, the more expensive. To get a room for 2 packs is already taking away half of my proportion. No. Yeah. So I settled with that. It's like, just book me for another session and you just learn from there. And she refused to do that. So bye, bitch. Obviously, she's not willing to pay me to become my apprentice. It's not like I asked her to do shit. And I also tell her this, okay? Actually, you can learn it your own, you know that. Because that's actually what I told her earlier. I'm like, I give you two options. You either do it your own and watch YouTube for tutorials, or you book me for a session and you learn from how I do it on you. Yeah, so basically, if you want to grow and expand, first you have to pay attention to the reality and all the details, small details and whatever. Make sure you pay attention to all that shit. And then when you are taking it in, when you're perceiving them, make sure you wash it down with some positivity so that it helps you to motivate to do better. When you do better, when you perform better, it leads you to growth, it leads you to expansions. It's not just business and capitalism, but it's also, I don't get it. Like, do people really don't pay attention to details at all? Like, at all? Like, where are you guys at? Did you see as small detail as, okay, last time when I work, right, at F&B, when I do part-time at F&B, I don't know why, but they don't buy the rack to dry the dishes, but they lay a rack and they put their dishes upside down on the rack. Bitch, when you take that dishes, you smell that shit. It smells like rack. It smells trash. It's disgusting. And then sometimes they use that rack to wipe other shit. My house, we have two kitchens, and one kitchen is not so good. Okay, so it has kind of like the other side is a little bit dead. It's rotten. Obviously, people who know how to make sense of things, which is me and my mother, we don't dry our dishes there. We put it somewhere else. Like, it's already obvious. It's obvious. Like, within your, you can see that you don't put the dishes there. You put it there where everything is there. Okay, you, even if you can see where you have to put it, you look at that situation at the rotting place. You don't put it there, because that place, when I call it rotting, is because no matter how often you wash it off, it's because of the placement. Every time you wake up, it's full of shit. First, it's also because of the drainage. Like, the drainage is kind of blocked there, so you don't put any dishes there. Like, it's already like off limit spot. Every time you wake up, no matter if you clean it every night, you wake up and there's shit there. Like, lizard shit everywhere there. It's so disgusting. But you know what? I don't get it. The kind of people who don't pay attention to this kind of obvious shit, like my family, still, when they wash dishes, they would put their dishes there. They will like leave their dishes there at that rotting. There, yes, obviously there's rack there, but the rack is not for you to put stuff. The rack is just there for, like, if you need to put something temporarily while you're washing, like that, and after that you have to faster put it somewhere else. Not leave there overnight to dry, like to dry with that shit, absorbing all that shit, the bacteria. How are these kind of people are going to be able to take things positively when the least they could do is pay attention to detail first? Because if you want to think positively, you need details to make sense of it. But if you don't pay attention to details, then you wonder why you can't think positively. You wonder why you're always negative. You wonder why you never grow. No wonder you're miserable. Take anybody to be in my place now, you're gonna be miserable. But I'm still happy because of my state of mind. The little things that I appreciate have allowed me to become positive. So yeah, bitch, you bet. You see all that I have now, the happiness, the grandiose that I have now, yeah. Let me put you in my place now. Enjoy, bitch. You're gonna be miserable in one day. I hope it helps. I hope I enlighten you in a way. I hope I give you a different perspective to look at things. Thank you. Bye.